favorite DJs. One of the great honors and one of the great memories I have of CBS-FM was when I first joined the station, getting to sit in on the doo-wop shop for Don K. Reed the first time. I was asked to host the show. What a thrill. I mean, it was like awesome for me. And then Bobby J came along, and he and I just, I don't know, we sort of clicked. We got some sort of soul connection for sure. I think we're kindred souls. Bobby and I are very much alike. The big difference, of course, between Bobby and myself is that he has a great voice and he can sing. So Bobby, Don, I wish I could be there with you this morning, but I just want to let you know and everybody listening how much I respect you two. And I think the thing that the three of us have in common is the love of the music. It's good to know, and it's really, really heartening to know that B103 is going to carry on that tradition for us.
Wake, rattle, and roll. Long Island's Oldies in the morning.
Thanks to Bob Shannon, we got Don K. Reed and Bobby J on the way in just minutes on B103. More Bob coming up, too.
B103.
All the world over so easy to see. No, it's been a long, long overdue. Look out, cause it's coming right on through.
B103, you're waking up with the Wise Man and Frank and Holbrook, Seaford, Shirley, Lindenhurst, 7-Eleven, 11 after 7 o'clock. Bobby J and Don K. Reed will be with us live in about 20 minutes to celebrate the great memories of this great music. 69 degrees right now in Seaford, waking up with the Eagles.
Running down the road trying to listen. From the Long Island Ducks, I'm an usher, and Wise Man, I got your seats right in section 104, right behind the dugouts, right behind the Ducks. You'll have a good time tonight.
Oh, thank you very much. Are they playing tonight, Frank?
No. That's why you got such good seats.
I got my seats, and they're not even playing. Good morning, Massapequa Park, East Islip, and Hicksville. You're listening to the Wise Man and Frank on B103. We got a couple of special guests, Bobby J and Don K. Reed, formerly of CBS-FM, with their chance to say goodbye this morning and talk about some great memories. Bobby, I think we got the microphone straightened out over there.
I think we do, and it's very strange to hear formerly of.
I'll second that emotion.
Yeah. Oh, I want to tell you, I want to thank you for both having us out here and, giving us an opportunity that our former employer did not give us. I was listening to Bob Shannon, and I almost welled up with tears listening to him because I, too, did the doo-wop shop, my first show on CBS-FM.
Oh, really?
That's right. You sat in for me a couple of times.
April of 1985, and then I did it again in May, and then became a regular part-timer. But it was so wonderful to go in there, and I had Willie Thrash as my my engineer.
Willie was the best.
We had techs in those days. We didn't run the board.
Okay.
And Willie Thrash said, "Hey, don't worry about it, Bobby. I got your back." and
he did.
He absolutely did. It was such a wonderful, wonderful feeling. And I remember the first time when my wife and I left the building, I said, if I never get another chance at CBS-FM, at least I got a shot. And my wife said to me, you're going to be back there. And it's now 20 years later.
Wow. Now, not only do you have the great memories of CBS-FM, Bobby, but also of the music. You've been in so many groups over the years.
Well, I started as a singer. In fact, I don't know if I should publicly admit this, but it was about 50 years ago, 1955.
Wow.
I started.
That's
a long time. Well, I wasn't.
He was a kid, really.
I started. I was a singer for 9 years before I went into radio.
Wow.
And people are sometimes, thank you, sir. People are sometimes surprised when I tell them that I've been in radio now 41 years, but as much as radio has done for me, and as much as I love radio, and I love radio with a passion, I love singing more.
Wow.
I'm a performer first, and they say you never get over your first love, and singing is my first love. So I would drop an air shift to go get on the stage and sing. And luckily and fortunately, I've been singing with the teenagers now for the last 13 years, and I'm just loving it.
good. You're going to be with them July 9th.
July 9th at the North Fork Theater at Westbury. They beat me over the head to learn how to say that.
That's right.
You know, say, no, don't say Westbury Music Fair. The North Fork Theater at Westbury.
So Bobby J will be there, and you'll get a chance to see him with a lot of great groups.
Hosting the show and singing with the teenagers and Kenny Vance and the Planetones, the Duprees, and we have a super group made up of lead singers like
Jay Siegel's going to
Jay
be there.
Siegel, Earl Speedo Carroll.
Right, and I think Herbie Cox from the
Cleftones.
All right, so we'll give those away coming up next hour. We got a pair of tickets for those. And Bobby J and Don K. Reed, can you guys hang out for a while?
We sure can.
What else do we have to do?
Oh, that's true. Okay. They're
No
here
place
with,
to go.
they're here with the wise man and Frank. And Frank, did you hear that Bobby J started singing the year you started in news here on Long Island?
What's funny is he said he heard Bob Shannon's voice and he welled up. Because Keith Allen, for many years did afternoons and still does here at B103, and he did them opposite Bobby, and he would hear Bobby's voice, and we'd find him crying in the studio.
Yeah. 7:47 with the wise man and Frank coming up in minutes. Your chance to finish that lyric if you think you know the oldies. We got a pair of tickets to see All Shook Up on Broadway coming up next and finish that lyric on B103.
By the way, that line didn't get past me about the 41 years. B103, Long Island traffic. How are we doing out there, Bernie?
Well, if you're just hopping on the westbound Southern State, we've got troubles jammed out of North Amityville 110 into Wantagh Avenue. That's where there's a crash sitting off to the shoulder. Eastbound at Grand Avenue in South Hempstead, there's an accident as well. Meantime, Montauk Highway in Bayport at Bernice Drive, we still have that fire department activity tying things up. And west along the LIE, bumper to bumper out of Patchogue, Holbrook Road, heading into Betts Highway, also sluggish to Comac Road. The good news is Long Island Railroad now back on or close to schedule. This report sponsored by New York Sports Clubs. Need a push to get to the gym? Stop by any New York Sports Clubs on June 21st for a chance to win a one-year membership. Visit mysportsclubs.com for the NY-6 nearest you. I'm Bernie Viter on Long Island, and now New York's only oldie station, B103.
Partly sunny today, chance of showers and thunderstorms from midday on, about 80, 90 in the city today, 72 right now at Islip MacArthur Airport. You are up to date, Jamesport, 748 on Long Island's and now New York's only oldie station, B103.
It's time for that award-winning game show, Finish That Lyric, starring B103's Keith Allen. Now, it's time to finish that lyric.
We've got a pair of tickets to see All Shook Up on Broadway at the Palace Theater. If you know the answer to Keith's Finish That Lyric this morning.
And this morning's song is Kicks by Paul Revere and the Raiders. Well, you think you're going to find yourself a little piece of paradise. Well, you think you're going to find yourself a little piece of paradise. Finish that lyric and win.
If you think you can finish that lyric, call 955-1031. And good luck. You're gonna need it.
Gillette Air.
Hi, this is Martha Reed. Good morning, wise man and Frank.
Hey, baby.
How about that, little Martha Reeves, huh?
Great show Friday night at the Hammerstein.
Do you have any memories, Bobby J or Don K. Reed, of Martha Reeves being in the CBS-FM studios?
Well, I worked with...
Yeah, I didn't work with a while. In fact, when I was at WWRL, she used to come by regularly and visit me over there. And I gotta say, I'm happy to be back on Long Island radio. I was one of the mighty men of Babel, the WGLI.
Oh, welcome home.
Back
then. Welcome home.
1968.
He's not the only one.
Yeah, Martin F. Beck, the first general manager that ever sent me a Christmas card.
Really?
I was shocked, and I carried in my heart to this day, because before I'd never gotten much more than a hello from a general manager, and I remember that Christmas, a Christmas card came to my house from Martin F. Beck.
Wow.
The owner of WGLI.
We get a lot of attention from our general manager here. Believe me, it's not.
Oh, he's a wonderful dude.
Didn't you ever get presents from general managers?
Usually, no. Well,
no?
You know something.
They let us keep our jobs.
Yeah. I was going to say a pink slip, but this is the first time in 41 years that I never got fired from a radio job.
Yeah,
This is the first time.
Wow.
This is the first time.
First time in my career. And I have had 42 years of this.
That's unbelievable. Yeah. Our general manager, Dave Whitmer, comes over to the house on Christmas Day. You know, he delivers bagels,
Turkeys and
turkey dinner. He serves it. I'm telling you, we got the best general manager in
Dave,
the
the
world.
kids want to go to bed. You have to go home now.
7:57, waking up with the Wise Man and Frank. We got special guests Bobby J and Don K. Reed, formerly of CBS-FM. If you want to ask him a question, talk to him about anything about the music on CBS-FM, about their memories of the music, 631-955-1031. By the way, we got an answer on Finish That Lyric. Tony from Holbrook knew it over at West Babylon Post Office, Frank. He knew that kicks, well, you think you're going to find yourself a little piece of paradise, the first part of the lyric. The rest of the lyric, and Bobby J was over here singing it, but it ain't happened yet. So, girl, you better think twice. Bobby, can we talk you into singing here in the next half hour?
Well, I sang that song on a show called Just Once at the Bottom Line when we did the music of Man and Wild. And I have fond memories of that, you know. But as I told Don, they kind of took that song out of rotation about 5 years ago. So the lyrics are a little hazy.
Bobby J and Don K. Reed are here to say goodbye, and they'll be around all morning long. Stick around if you want to ask them a question. 631-955-1031. You're waking up with the Wise Man and Frank. It's 7:58 on B103.
B103. We're all the good guys.
Wait on Long Island's and now New York's only oldie station, B103.
I love the Wise Man and Frank on B103.
Which one do you like better, the Wise Man or Frank?
Frank.
Yeah, there you go.
Another vote for Frank.
There you go. Welcoming Bobby J and Don K. Reed to the program this morning. Now, Brucey's going to go do a satellite show, guys. You have any thoughts of following suit?
The options are open.
Okay.
Everything's open at this point.
Yeah. Brucey starts on July 4th. And he's got, I think, 3 weekly shows that'll follow.
Yeah, 2 music and 1 talk interview show.
Yeah.
All right, so that's going to keep him busy for a while. So you see, they have options, Wise Man.
That's right, they do.
And they're open.
That's right, unlike us, right? We just have to sit here and give away Batman Begins world premiere movie tickets. We'll do that coming up sometime this hour. I told you Tony won Finish That Lyric, right? And got the All Shook Up Broadway tickets. Later this hour, we got tickets to go see Bobby J in concert July the 9th at Westbury Music Fair. He'll be singing with the Teenagers and a lot of other great groups. Who's there, Don? You know the lineup there at Dick Fox Summer Roots of Rock and Roll on July 9th.
I think Bobby should tell you. I know it's going to be the Teenagers, Kenny Vance and the Planetones, the Duprees.
And the super group of lead singers.
Right, the super group. It's about 5 different gentlemen.
Yeah.
Cadillacs, Speedo from the Cadillacs.
Right.
I
Cox from the Cleftones, Jay Siegel
from the Tokens. And I think Jimmy Gallagher from the Passions.
Jimmy Gallagher from the Passion.
So the Wise Man and Frank are giving Don K. Reed and Bobby J., formerly of CBS-FM, the chance to do what their former employer wouldn't give them the chance to do, say goodbye on the radio. They'll be around all morning long. And if you want to talk to them, you can, 631-955-1031.
Hello?
Hey.
Yeah, hi. Can I talk to one of the DJs from CBS-FM?
Sure. Who's this?
This is Andy from Levittown, Long Island.
All right, Andy, they're listening to you. Go right ahead.
Listen, Bobby, what actually happened? We really don't know. We put on the radio that the next day, there's no more CBS-FM.
Well, Andy, it's hard for us to know what happened. What actually happened on...
We were there. We found it difficult to understand.
Friday, June 3rd, we got phone calls at 3:30 telling us that there was an emergency staff meeting at 4. And, you live in New Jersey. We don't think you can possibly get here in a half hour. So here's a number. Call at 4 o'clock. There'll be a conference call.
And put in a little secret code, and we got into this conference call.
That's right. And as it turns out, which I think was part of the plan, the only people physically there from the air staff was Bill Brown and Bob Shannon, because that was the normal time that they would change shifts. So all of us were on the conference call. And I think it was a slovenly way to do it. But that's the way they chose. I think it went hand in hand. I've been quoted as saying, and I hold up 99.9% of everything I say. It was a clandestine, covert operation to trip up the listeners and to trip us up.
Absolutely.
And they told us, in fact, it was so cold that they said, "Oh, we're going to be doing this wonderful new format. The station is going to be marching well into the 21st
It's going to
century."
fill a hole in the market. And
Oh,
for a
yeah.
second, you had
Whoa.
the idea you were going to be part of it.
That's right. You know, and then he said, "Oh, and by the way, you old fellas, we're going to pay you through the month of June, but bye-bye."
Oh, boy.
Wow. So they fired you over the phone.
Yeah,
Yeah.
over the phone.
See, the wise men and I have a contract where if we let go, and let's face it, it's only a matter of time.
They have to send you a telegram.
No, they have to take us out and get us drunk.
Long Island's oldies in the
Why did the
morning.
boss just come in here with 2 beers?
There you go.
It's 8:11. Waking up with the wise man. and friends.
B103.
This is where all the good songs have gone. Sing along with this one down the Southern State. Come on, let's go.
I need love.